From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Today is going to be a gorgeous one out there. Lots of sunshine. It will be on the cooler side. High temperatures only up into the 50s. Highs climbing up into the 60s for this weekend. And then the pattern flips once again as we trend cooler and wetter for Monday and beyond. First Alert radar just showing you a few light snow showers up in the Cascades. Those are petering out as we speak. And the wind gusts also petering out, but it's still a little bit breezy up in the Cascades for the Kittitas Valley and for some portions of the Blues, and less so for the Blue Foothills. It is cold out there for this morning. 35 for the Tri-Cities, 32 for Yakima, 30 for Ellensburg. Some of you might have to break out the ice scraper. You might have to do the same thing for tomorrow morning as well. Here's your coat cast for this Thursday for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning. Then I'm thinking it should mostly be light jacket weather as we head into the late morning and then into the rest of the day. So for today, lots of sunshine, calm winds, highs getting up into the 50s. Really a superb day to be outside, especially as we head into the afternoon. And then as we head into the weekend, trending a little bit warmer. We'll talk that said warm up coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now, a break-in at a local school and now searching for answers. Police in Moxie need your help identifying two suspects. The images authorities want you to see and what investigators know so far, that's all coming up this morning. Plus, nearly 40 years on the force comes to an end. After decades of service, a local police chief is retiring. This morning, we'll see his impact on the community and what comes next for the department. Also ahead, from saying goodbye to another building up its team, a new four-legged officer is now on patrol in Sunnyside. This morning, we'll meet the newest officer and break down how this canine is really changing the department. Those stories and a whole lot more straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Thursday morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 5:02. We begin this morning with a crime alert. This as Moxie police are now asking for your help identifying two suspects in a burglary investigation. So please take a look at your screen here. Officers say the two men unlawfully entered the old Moxie Elementary School on East Seattle Avenue Sunday afternoon around 2:30. Anyone who recognizes these people or has any information is asked to contact the Moxie Police Department. No word yet if they stole anything or caused any extensive damage. While police search for answers in one case, leaders are working through big changes in another. In continuing coverage this morning, the timeline for splitting up the Benton and Franklin County juvenile justice system is being pushed back. Leaders voted Wednesday to extend the current bi-county agreement through the end of May while they work through staffing, courtroom space, and funding for a new juvenile court system. Franklin County had hoped to start sending juvenile inmates to Martin Hall and Medical Lake by April 1st. But commissioners now say the transition is actually more complicated and more expensive than originally thought.
It's a resolution to transfer funding into this new budget that will enable the court to stand up probation and court services in a new division to be established by local administrative court rule.
County leaders say moving forward too quickly could have meant layoffs for several court and detention employees. So they're taking more time to sort out funding and staffing before making the transition. Franklin County originally thought the split would save about $2.5 million a year, but new estimates show the savings may be closer to about $1.3 million. A veterans ceremony in the Tri-Cities is now one step closer to becoming a reality. The Washington Department of Veterans Affairs unveiled its first design plans. And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz walks us through what's next.
For veterans and their families who live in the Tri-Cities, it's long been a hope to bring a veteran cemetery to the area. And after the VA held a town hall Wednesday afternoon in Richland, that dream looks to finally be realized.
I wanted to find out what the progress was of the cemetery. I was at the first town hall meeting a couple years ago. I'm pretty impressed with what they've done so far. I'm looking forward to finding out what's going to happen in the future.
This is the design that the VA is proposing. It includes burial space, gardens, and walkways, and a natural amphitheater in the middle. The property that the VA hopes to purchase is in the Horn Rapids area of Richland, right off the Yakima River. Although it's a first step, the VA says that nailing the design portion is critical to the project's timeline. And once that plan is approved, it would open the door for federal funding and for the land acquisition to go through. After Wednesday's town hall, the VA says that it hopes to incorporate the community suggestions into its plans, especially when it comes to future engagement.
The community wants updates on what's going on with the project. They would ideally love to see a sort of an agenda or bullet points of what are the next steps. They would like to be involved in the community and sharing what's moving forward.
The VA says that it is now conducting an on-site analysis of the property, and it hopes to receive a final pre-design report by May. Reporting from Richland, Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
The closest veterans cemetery to the Tri-Cities is in Medical Lake, a nearly 2-hour drive from the area. Now to a major leadership shift in Pasco. After nearly 4 decades with the police department, Chief Ken Roski is calling it a career. Pasco PD held a ceremony to honor the chief, who has served in the role since 2019. The agency says he leaves behind a storied legacy, including helping launch a regional training academy. The chief says serving the city of Pasco is one of the greatest honors of his professional life.
You embody the very best of what we stand for. Pride in our work, passion for our community, and dedication to the people that we serve.
A new chief of the Pasco Police Department is yet to be named, but of course we'll keep you posted. And as one chapter closes in Pasco, another is just getting started in Sunnyside. There, the police department is adding a K-9 unit for the first time in more than a decade. A move leaders say will help improve response and safety. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials about this new addition and the community effort to help fund it.
The Sunnyside Police Department has added a new furry partner to patrol, a canine named Joker, a 2-year-old German Shepherd. The addition was made possible through the support from the Canine Foundation Yakima Valley. It's the first time Sunnyside has had a police dog in roughly 10 to 11 years, and leaders say the addition fills a critical gap when other agencies' canine units aren't available. Despite already having the dog, the department is still working to raise $50,000 to support training, equipment, and long-term maintenance, something Officer Jacob Garby says is no small task.
Our goal is $50,000, just the initial goal, and then we're going to try to push more towards after that, just to cover like maintenance of the dog, or say like a piece of gear breaks, a collar, a leash, something like that. It's all very expensive gear that we have to outfit these canines with.
Garby says the department has only had the canine for about a week and is already working to build that partnership.
So I went down Thursday of last week to Seattle. It flew in from Alabama, and I went to SeaTac, picked it up, and then once we got home, immediately started trying to bond with the dog, taking out on walks. Found out that its favorite toy is actually Kong's.
Sunnyside police officials tell me that their newest canine helper will serve in a variety of different facets for the department. However, they tell me that Sunnyside police went several years without having a canine until recently.
So there may not be a time where we can call out a canine, or one is available, or YPD might be tied up doing stuff in Yakima. So it's beneficial to us, and it was a huge push for us to get a canine, a patrol canine, to do that kind of work down here and then be readily available to agencies down here as well.
Garby says the canine will also play a key role in tracking and apprehending suspects, while also helping improve overall safety for both officers and the community. However, Garby says the department still has a ways to go with fundraising.
I believe we're about 19% of the way there, so we still have a far way to go, but with the efforts of the community and everything, we're going to get there, I have no doubt.
The Sunnyside Police Department says adding a canine is a major step forward in strengthening public safety and expanding its capabilities across the region. In Sunnyside, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Officials say those interested in donating can contact the Sunnyside Police Department or give through the K9 Foundation Yakima Valley. Your time is approaching 5:10 here on your Thursday morning. Still to come on Good Morning Northwest. Becoming a parent can be one of life's biggest challenges and one of the most exhausting ones at that. That mom brain feeling, experts say it's more than just forgetfulness. In this morning's Health Minute, we'll break down what's really happening in your brain and how to manage the transition. We're talking health after the break. And we're also talking weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. He's breaking down what you need to know as you step out the door on your Thursday. Here's a live look from Pasco as the sunrise won't be coming up for a little while yet.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1. Confidence in every move.
Spring isn't just a season, it's a feeling. It's mornings that move you. Moments that stretch out. Laughter that lingers a little longer, and spaces that welcome everyone home. Refresh your living room, bedroom, and dining room with savings up to 50% off. Plus, enjoy up to 60 months, no interest financing. Visit a More Furniture showroom near you or online at morefurniture.com.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
We got 2 passengers trapped underneath.
Let's go. 911 is one of the most ambitious and compelling shows on television.
Thank you for saving her. Firefighters are on their way.
All right, let's knock it down.
911 tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a gorgeous day out there for this week, or for today, and to round out the work week, we'll just end up having some gorgeous weather out there. Highs in the 50s for today with lots of sunshine. So here's your day planner forecast for this Thursday for Pendleton. And we'll see just lots of sunshine, highs getting into the mid 40s by lunchtime, into the low 50s for the warmest part of the day. So let's take you on that zone by zone tour of this Thursday forecast, starting off in the Cascades of highs up into the 30s and 40s, in the Kittitas Valley touching 50 for Ellensburg, then for the Yakima Valley, mid 50s up and down the valley. For the lower Columbia Basin, we'll have highs also in the mid 50s, and then for the Blue Foothills, looks like low 50s here, and then for the Blue Mountains, temperatures getting up into the 30s and 40s. Lots of sunshine out there, except for up in the mountains, it'll be partly to mostly cloudy in the higher terrain, but lower elevation should see pretty much nothing but sunshine. Okay, then for tonight, very cold stuff. Most of it's dropping down into the 29s for the Tri-Cities, and for Hermiston, for Yakima, and for Ellensburg will drop down to 28. So you'll have to take those steps to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. But Now let's talk about the weekend. As we head into the weekend, highs getting into the low to mid 60s in the Yakima Valley. That'll place us at about 3 to 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And with that uptick in temperatures, pollen count's about to go back up. And again, those top allergens continue to be juniper, alder, and poplar. Okay, but our pattern flips as we head into next week. We'll talk about the flip coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Turning to health news this morning, it's been called mom brain, cognitive changes that happen after a woman gives birth. While having symptoms like forgetfulness can be a struggle, one expert says this postpartum period isn't all bad. In this morning's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why a doctor says mom brain can be a superpower and has tips on how to get through the hard parts of it.
It can be both the best and hardest time of your life. Becoming a parent means more responsibility and less sleep. It can take time for your brain to adjust.
Mom brain has gotten a bad rap over the years.
Dr. Tamar Gore with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says mom brain can happen when there's a major transition becoming a parent, where you're juggling lots of new challenges like time management, mental fog, reduced focus, forgetfulness, and staying socially connected, all while functioning through severe sleep deprivation and hormonal shifts. Gore says during this time, the brain is changing.
It's actually just a really intentional growth in certain parts of your brain and a restructuring. And so just like when your house gets renovated, you have to put up with some dust and bother, but it's for long-term good.
Getting through mom brain struggles in the short term starts with recognizing what's happening, reframing your mindset, knowing that when you forget something or can't focus, there's a reason why, and it's okay. Next, take care of you.
You can't pour from an empty cup, and so it's really important that you're keeping your batteries filled as best you can.
Gore says that means prioritizing sleep when it's possible, eating healthy, exercising, showering and getting dressed every day, and going outside for fresh air and sunlight.
It's really just one part of what makes women Wonder Women and really makes them take on a lot of new tasks in their lives.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Experts also say it's critical for all moms to be supported and to not throw around negative terms. They say this is a healthy and normal part of the postpartum period and can help with cognitive function in the long term. Your time is 5:17 as you're waking up here on your Thursday. Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth, I'll get it together, is back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. A little chilly start out the door this morning. Find out what the afternoon is going to look like when we come back.
Truck Month only happens once a year.
So it's gotta be big.
Like available Pro Power on board big.
Protect it with the Ford Security Package big.
There's only one, Ford Truck Month.
Deal's so good, we need a bigger door big.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication
now
shop.
through March 31st, receive rebates up to $495 with the purchase of qualifying Daikin ductless equipment. At Bruce Heating and Air, we'll find the unit that works right in your space. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means everything is still on sale, like sofas with contemporary elegance and lasting value, to the perfect blend of comfort and sophistication, dining tables that fuse form and function, to classic charm with contemporary silhouettes, organic modern beds with minimalist lines, to retro industrial style. Plus, save up to $200 on our Denver Mattress Luxe lineup. Shop the comfort, the style, the selection, the savings. But hurry, the extended wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, an important reminder that screening saves lives. At Prosser Digestive Health Center, our expert team provides advanced, compassionate care close to home, from preventive screenings to diagnosis and treatment of digestive conditions. If you're 45 or older or have a family history, don't wait. A colonoscopy can detect cancer early when it's most treatable. Schedule your screening today by calling 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Truck Month only happens once a year.
So it's gotta be big.
Like available Pro Power on board big.
Protect it with the Ford Security Package big.
There's only one Ford Truck Month.
Deal's so good, we need a bigger door big.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our pattern is going to flip. It's going to turn to that of a much wetter and cooler one for Monday and beyond. So let's go ahead and talk about why that's the case. Well, first of all, the reason why we're going to be sunny and warming up as we head into the weekend will be because of this area of high pressure, actually a couple different areas of high pressure working in tandem with each other over the Pacific Northwest. So that's going to keep us dry for now. But you see there's this swirl off in the Pacific, and that will end up turning into the storm system that'll end up making us wetter and cooler as we head into next week. So here's what some of those precip chances are going to look like in the lower Columbia Basin. See those rain chances just kind of stepping up their game from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday. And you can see day by day, even hour by hour rain chances for your exact home address, just like that, by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, so as we head into next week, there are going to be two different rounds of rain and snow. It's predominantly going to be rain. It's definitely just going to be rain for lower elevations. But here's round number one of rain, 5 p.m. on Sunday to 5 in the morning on Wednesday. Lower elevations not picking up that much at all. And even the mountains, you know, maybe the Blues could pick up a half an inch of rainfall. Then in terms of snowfall from round number one, you can just forget about it. Okay, round number two looking a little bit more tantalizing. This is 5 in the morning on Wednesday to 5 in the morning next Thursday. You see lower elevations picking up a little bit more now. The lower Columbia Basin could have around 2/10 of an inch of rainfall, and definitely a little bit more for the mountains as well. Then in terms of snowfall, perhaps a little bit more for the mountains, but we're only talking a handful of inches here. Now, these are preliminary totals. These are subject to change, but for now, these storm systems not really looking all that impressive. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, warming up into the mid-60s this weekend and cooler and wetter Monday and beyond. In Yakima, dry through Tuesday with highs bouncing between the 50s and the 60s. In Ellensburg, highs in the 50s with lows in the 20s and 30s. Breezy weather picks up starting on Saturday. Then for Hermiston, dry and warming up through the weekend. Then rain chances start back up next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking dry weather through Sunday, but rain chances return by Monday.
Thank you, Josh. Your time is approaching 5:23. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a first look at a major reboot fans have been waiting for. Coming up, new details on HBO's Harry Potter series. Plus, a fresh take on a fan favorite sci-fi universe and a music icon celebrating a big birthday. The very latest in showbiz coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Just announced. Get $8,360 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Save now with Buy Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick one up in store today. Jumbo vegetables, annuals, pansies, and 4-inch premium annuals are sale priced at $3.79 each. Save $2 on Old Trapper 8 to 10 ounce beef jerky. Coke brand 12-packs are sale priced at $6.95 each. Save $5 on 5 quarts of Mobile Full Synthetic HM oil. Plus, find Nutrinuggets dry dog food, sale priced at $29.99. Find even more savings in store with our extra member discounts only at Bi-Mart.
These days, the world is moving faster than ever, but I like to say, not so fast when it comes to a progressive disease like chronic kidney disease. Jardiance is a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Find the goodness of slow by saying, not so fast, CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
Welcome back, everybody. Your time is 5:26, and in your entertainment news this morning, it's actually a pretty big day for fans of some iconic franchises. There's a lot happening in Hollywood, everything from a first look at the new Harry Potter series, I know I'm piquing some interest out there, to a brand new twist on a popular sci-fi show.
And we are also celebrating a legend in the music world hitting a major milestone. So this morning, Jacqueline Lee has a look at what's making headlines in entertainment. Take a look.
The next time I see you will be in Hogwarts.
We're getting our first look at HBO's upcoming Harry Potter series. Season 1 of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone retells the story of the first J.K. Rowling novel over the course of 8 episodes about the young wizard's first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It hits HBO Max this December.
I take this step for my country.
Apple is out with its first teaser trailer for Star City, a spin-off to the streamer's long-running sci-fi series For All of Mankind. That show imagines an alternate history where the Soviet Union won the space race, depicted from the Americans' perspective. Star City tells the story from the Soviet perspective and lands on Apple TV on May 29th. I'm missing you. And happy birthday to Diana Ross, the former lead singer of the Supremes, dubbed the Queen of Motown, who won a Lifetime Achievement Grammy in 2012, is 82 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
All right, are you a Harry Potter fan?
I'm not. I'm
No?
sorry. I'm sorry, are you?
No. No, I do really like Harry Potter, but it's been a while since I've seen the movie, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say I have not read the books. So I feel like I need to, maybe I'll read the books and then start on this new series.
See, I have friends in my life who have read all the books, they've seen all the movies, and they get very frustrated with me that I think I've seen a couple of the movies, and I do like them. I'm not a Harry Potter hater. It's just something I haven't delved into yet, but maybe one day.
All right. Well, maybe we should start the books. No?
Yes.
You into books?
I need to read something, for sure.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, your time is 5:28. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, irrigation season is about to begin, but before you turn on the taps, there is something you need to know. This morning, we're talking with officials to see when water starts flowing and what you need to check before it does. Plus, basketball fans have been waiting years for this moment, a major move from the NBA, and Seattle's in the spotlight. What this means for the Sonics and how close a return could be. We'll have a full breakdown coming up next. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a big decision about recorded music. The Supreme Court ruling that internet service provider Cox Communications is not liable for copyright infringement by its subscribers who pirated music. The decision settles a legal fight involving several music labels. Another big round of layoffs at Meta. About 700 employees are now out of a job. This follows the company's decision to let go 1,500 workers in January, and it comes as they shift away from metaverse and push deeper into AI. Meta says it's finding other opportunities for impacted employees where possible. And finally, Nintendo's new game pricing structure. Starting in May, digital versions of Switch 2 games will be less expensive than physical versions of it, which are purchased at stores. Nintendo had a similar dual pricing setup last year for some games sold in the UK. Those are your Tech Bites.
Leaf Filter is America's #1 gutter protection system because it's built right. And you know me, I don't just take their word for it. I visited their lab and I was impressed. I saw how Leaf Filter is engineered to keep debris out of the gutters and water flowing, helping prevent costly damage. All backed by Leaf Filter's clog-free guarantee. When it's built right, it shows. That's why it's Homes approved.
Schedule your free gutter inspection today. Call 877-77-HOMES or visit leaffilter.com/homes.
I thought people exaggerated when they said shingles is a nightmare and the pain can last for weeks.
It wouldn't mean sleepless nights, right?
I didn't think I was at risk.
I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time.
I learned that the hard way.
But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning to you and happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Let's start off with this half hour right away with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. Josh, a little bit of a chilly start to the morning, but will things be changing?
Yeah, it will definitely. It'll trend warmer as we head into this weekend. Highs are going to top out in the 50s for today, which is actually a little bit below average for this time of the year. But in the sunshine, it'll feel pretty nice. Then again, warming up as we head into the weekend. Mid-60s is what we're looking at. And then the pattern going to flip as we head into next week as we trend wetter and cooler. Now, for this morning, just a few, I would call them snow flurries at this point, not even snow showers up in the Cascades. Elsewhere, we're looking dry. And the wind gusts, it still is a little bit breezy for some locations, especially for the mountains, for the valleys, and for the foothills. But points in between, we are seeing those calm gusts out there. And current temperatures, like me and Wendy were just talking about, yeah, it is cold. It's a cold start out there. 32 for Yakima, 30 for Ellensburg, 35 for the Tri-Cities, 34 for Pendleton. So you will have to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. To that point, here's your coat cast for this Thursday for the Yakima Valley. Heavy jacket weather through 10 a.m. After that, I'm thinking it's going to be a light jacket kind of day as we'll have pretty much nothing but sunshine. High temperatures getting into the 50s. And like I said, trending a little bit warmer as we head into the weekend. Talk about that. And I'll have an update on those ski resort numbers. All that coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Josh. In the meantime, we begin this half hour of news with a seasonal shift happening in Yakima. This as irrigation season kicks off April 1st with water flowing through most city systems that day. Officials say all systems should be fully operational by April 8th. Residents are encouraged to make repairs now and make sure faucets are turned off before water starts flowing to avoid flooding. The season typically runs through mid-October. From water access to water quality, Kennewick leaders are moving forward with a major project to improve one of the city's key water sources. The Ranney Collector in Columbia Park tested positive for small amounts of PFAS, man-made chemicals linked to health concerns. City officials say they've secured a $15 million grant to help address this issue, but the full project will cost more. Work now focuses on finalizing designs and preparing for construction to ensure safe, reliable water for residents.
It's about a $35 million project, so we're actually lobbying to try to bridge the gap in that.
City officials say they are continuing to seek more funding to complete the project and reduce PFAS levels, calling it a critical investment in the city's long-term water infrastructure. As local projects move forward, leaders in Oregon also looking ahead. The Oregon Department of Transportation is hosting a virtual listening session for Northeast Oregon, including Umatilla and Morrow counties. It's set for Thursday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. Officials are asking for input on road safety from highways to rural routes. That feedback will help shape the state's next 3-year safety plan. From regional input to statewide action in Olympia, Governor Bob Ferguson signed a series of new bills into law with a focus on elections and expanding voter access. The measures include updates to comply with the Washington Voting Rights Act, changes to how voter registration challenges are handled, and new protections for the state's voter database. Lawmakers also approved expanded voting access for military members, overseas voters, Native American communities, and people with disabilities. Another bill strengthens protections against voter suppression and vote dilution.
House Bill 1710 helps prevent unjust and discriminatory voting practices before they happen. Specifically, this bill establishes a state-level voting rights pre-clearance process. This means that jurisdictions that have previously violated voting rights laws must now obtain approval from the Office of the Attorney General before implementing elections-related changes that could harm voters.
The governor also signed a separate bill addressing student mobile device use in public schools. After big moves at the state level, attention now turns to a possible game changer for Seattle. The city may be one step closer to getting an NBA team back. The league approved a plan to explore expansion with Seattle among the top cities in the running. This is the latest development in a nearly 2-decade push to bring the Sonics back. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen spoke with fans about what this could mean.
For nearly 18 years, Seattle basketball fans have waited for this moment. The NBA's Board of Governors voting to explore expansion, with Seattle and Las Vegas at the top of the list. For many fans here, it's bringing back memories of a team that helped define the city's sports culture.
I think Seattle would be a perfect basketball team, a basketball town. I think it would be. You know, they used to have one, beloved fan base. If it was the same thing, they brought it back, I think it'd come back with open arms, you know.
The Supersonics left Seattle in 2008 after a contentious battle over a new arena. The team was sold and moved to Oklahoma City, becoming the Thunder, leaving fans heartbroken and the city without an NBA franchise. But the push to bring basketball back never stopped. Seattle leaders renovated Climate Pledge Arena, making it NBA ready. Ownership groups have expressed interest in bringing a team back, and the city has continued to produce elite basketball talent. Washington leaders say the league should know Seattle is ready. Senator Maria Cantwell says in a statement, yes, the debate for NBA expansion has begun. Seattle will be front and center of that debate. Fans say the excitement is already building.
Well, they have everything else, you know, amongst all the big teams that have everything. You know, they got the Kraken, the new team. Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. And then you got the Mariners were within a game of a World Series last year, and to bring the Sonics back, I think that'd be great.
Even Governor Bob Ferguson says the return of the NBA would be a major moment for the state. Today's vote is a milestone in the effort to bring NBA basketball back home. Bringing the Sonics back is a top priority, and the state will be a strong partner in this effort. For Sonics fans, that hope is finally starting to feel real. If the NBA ultimately approves expansion, the Sonics could take the court as early as 2028. But the league is still evaluating ownership groups, arena plans, and expansion fees expected to top $6 billion. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Seattle's former home court, Climate Pledge Arena, already meets NBA standards, which many believe strengthens the city's chances if the league decides to expand. Of course, we'll keep following that for you. From the hardwood to the ice, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your Kraken player profile. This morning, we'll see how one goalie is becoming the backbone of the Kraken. He's not just stopping pucks, he's setting the tone. We'll have his story after the break.
Flyers, Red Wings at 8, Saturday on ABC.
I was betrayed.
What happens when the person you love turns out not to be who you think they are? My marriage ended with a 911 call.
The tape is blood-curdling.
This is betrayal.
Premieres Sunday on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Imagine handing a local family the keys to a safe, affordable home. It all starts with land. At Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, land is the most costly barrier to building affordable homes. Thanks to an anonymous donor and a local developer partnership, every donation is matched. We need to raise $370,000 to secure 3 buildable lots for future Habitat homes. Support thriving neighborhoods for generations. Donate today and your donation will be doubled to make an even greater impact.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi.
Is it getting clearer? I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's on me.
Most people achieved clearer skin from head to toe. Many were 100% plaque-free. And many were completely clear, even at 5 years.
People also saw significant improvement in pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This March, the keys to winning are waiting for you at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. And one of those keys unlocks a brand new Toyota 4Runner or $20,000 cash on March 29th. But until then, kickstart the winning with up to $10,000 in free play every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rev up your luck and multiply your entries every Wednesday. Each entry brings you one step closer to the choice between a new Toyota 4Runner or $20,000 cash. It's the $100,000 keys to winning, only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
This season, your refund goes further.
At all Walker's Furniture and Mattress locations. For a limited time, we're giving you a sales tax discount equal to double the sales tax. So you can refresh your space for much less with the tax break you need and the comfort you deserve.
Plus, with no money down, special financing for 5 years, you can save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
I was betrayed.
What happens when the person you love turns out not to be who you think they are? My marriage ended with a 911 call.
The tape is blood-curdling.
This is betrayal.
Premieres Sunday on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today will be a wonderful day. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, I wanted to get into your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer. So we start off at Schweitzer proper, where look at this base depth. It's only at a foot, but still functional. Then we take you down to Ski Bluewood, where the base depth here is at 16 inches, but it just looks like a totally different ball game for White Pass as the base depth here very healthy at 50 inches. So just exponentially more snow at White Pass as opposed to the other two resorts. And then in terms of fresh powder in the forecast over the next few days, you can just forget about it. But it looks like we could have a little bit more snow next week. Granted, it doesn't look like it's going to be that much at all. Okay, we'll take it back to today, at least for lower elevations. Here's your day planner for Walla Walla. Lots of sunshine all throughout the day. Temperature is going to be into the mid-40s by lunchtime, and then low 50s for the warmest part of the day. So in general for today, most of us will end up in the 50s, pretty close to 60 degrees in the lower Columbia Basin, 58 technically for the Tri-Cities. Then for tonight, most of us dropping down into the 20s, 29s for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. The same thing for Pendleton, dropping all the way down to 28 for Yakima and for Ellensburg. Okay, we'll trend warmer as we head into this weekend in the Tri-Cities. I'm thinking we'll probably keep it shy of 70 degrees, but 67, 66, we'll definitely take it. That'll place us at about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But those temperatures trending back down into next week as rain chances trend back up. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
In sports this morning, the Seattle Kraken have a goalie who's doing more than just making saves. In this morning's player profile, our very own Jake Gable shows us how this player has become a key spark for the team on the ice.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
The Seattle Kraken's goalie, Joey Daccord, isn't just stopping pucks. He's the energy spark for this team. His path to the NHL was not easy. He was a late draft pick, and he spent years in the minor leagues, learning and grinding. But that long journey is exactly why he plays with such passion. He knows he earned his spot. On the ice, Daccord is dynamic. He's aggressive, always challenging shooters, and quick to start the offense with his stick. He doesn't sit back, he attacks the game. He brings a focused intensity to every single shift. He has stepped up this season to be the reliable starter, putting up numbers that make him one of the best in the league. Daccord proves that a committed work ethic and relentless belief in your ability is what matters most. He is the backbone that the Kraken trust. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And of course, you can catch the Kraken play the Tampa Bay Lightning this afternoon at 4 o'clock right here on Apple Valley News Now. Your time is 5:45. Up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know as you head out the door on this Tuesday. And Josh is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Grab that jacket as you head out. It's a little chilly out there.
The wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means everything is still on sale. Find amazing deals on sofas, dining groups, bedroom sets, and mattresses. Shop the comfort, the style, the selection, the savings. The extended wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The Ford Bronco Sport goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Get a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 starting at $28,800, plus a 2-year limited maintenance plan. Only at your local Ford dealer.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Say no to middleman mattress markup malaise. And yes to factory direct savings at Denver Mattress.
During the final days of the March mattress sale, everything is on sale, like the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice plush and free shipping.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Wendy Redmond, only one state. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Even though our pattern for now is dry and it's going to be warming up as we head into this weekend, we are going to flip the pattern, turning wetter and cooler for Monday and beyond. So the reason why we're staying dry and trending a little bit warmer for now is because of these two different areas of high pressure working in tandem with each other. But you see this swirl off here in the Pacific. Eventually, that'll be the storm system that'll shake up our pattern once again as we head into next week. So here's what those precip chances are going to look like in the Yakima Valley. I'm keeping the forecast dry in Yakima for Monday and Tuesday, not so much for Wednesday, but for the Tri-Cities, going with 10 to 20% chances of rainfall for Monday and Tuesday. Of course, you can see day by day, hour by hour precip chances, temperatures, wind gusts, just like that for your exact home address location by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, as we head into next week, we're thinking that this is going to hit us in two separate waves. So wave number one going to be roughly 5 p.m. on Sunday to 5 in the morning on Wednesday. You see lower elevations not picking up much rainfall at all. Even our mountain ranges could maybe pick up half an inch of rain, and I think that would be the ceiling in terms of snowfall for this round. You can just kind of forget about it. Okay, wave number two looking a little bit more tantalizing, 5 a.m. on Wednesday to 5 a.m. next Thursday morning. You see lower elevations. Now we're talking about between 0.2 to 0.3 inches of rain for the lower Columbia Basin and for the Blue Foothills. A little bit more than that for both the Blues and the Cascades. And then in terms of snowfall for wave number two, these totals still not looking all that impressive. Maybe a few more inches this time. This is a preliminary forecast. It is subject to change, but for now, just know that we definitely need a lot more snow than this. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, warming up into the mid-60s this weekend and cooler and wetter Monday and beyond. In Yakima, dry through Tuesday with highs bouncing between the 50s and 60s. In Ellensburg, highs in the 50s with lows in the 20s and 30s. Breezy weather picks up starting on Saturday. For Hermiston, dry and warming up through the weekend, then rain chances start back up next week. And finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking dry weather through Sunday, but rain chances return by Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
In your morning sprint this 5 a.m. hour, here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Moxie police are asking for your help identifying 2 burglary suspects. Take a good look at your screen at these images here. Officers say the pair broke into the old Moxie Elementary School Sunday afternoon around 2:30. Right now it's unclear if anything was stolen or how much damage may have been done. Investigators are working to identify these people and are asking anyone with any information to come forward. So if you recognize them or know anything about this, contact the Moxie Police Department. Plans to split the Benton and Franklin County juvenile justice system are being delayed. Leaders voted to extend their current agreement through the end of May as they work through staffing, funding, and courtroom space. Franklin County had hoped to begin sending juveniles to Martin Hall by April, but now says the transition is more complex and expensive than first thought. Initial savings were estimated at about $2.5 million, but now that number is closer to $1.3 million. Officials say taking more time now could help avoid layoffs and ensure a smoother transition. After nearly 4 decades with the Pasco Police Department, Chief Ken Roski is retiring. A ceremony was held to honor his career and leadership, including his role as chief since 2019. During this time, Roski helped launch a regional training academy and guided the department through years of growth. He says serving the Pasco community has been one of the greatest honors of his career. City leaders have not yet announced who will take over the role moving forward. The Sunnyside Police Department added a new canine named Joker, a 2-year-old German Shepherd. It's the department's first police dog in more than a decade, helping to fill a major gap when other canine units aren't available. Officers say the dog will assist in tracking suspects and improving overall safety. Right now, the department is working to raise about $50,000 for training, equipment, and long-term care. They say community support will be key as they continue building the program. Those interested in donating can contact the Sunnyside Police Department or give through the Canine Foundation Yakima Valley. The NBA is officially exploring expansion, and Seattle is one of the top cities being considered. For fans, it's a major step toward bringing back the Supersonics. who left in 2008. Since then, the city has upgraded Climate Pledge Arena and continued building support for a return. League officials are now reviewing potential ownership groups, arena plans, and expansion costs, which could top $6 billion. If approved, a new team could begin play as early as 2028, marking a major comeback for basketball in Seattle. In your national headlines this morning, ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores are scheduled to appear in a New York City courtroom this morning. Their appearance is expected to serve as a status hearing on progress in the case thus far. Maduro and Flores were captured by U.S. forces in Venezuela earlier this year. They pleaded not guilty to various charges, including corruption, drug trafficking, and money laundering. The two have been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In business headlines this morning, 3 cities are getting an underground tunnel from Elon Musk's The Boring Company. Baltimore, Dallas, and New Orleans beat nearly 500 other hopeful cities in the Tunnel Vision Challenge competition. As winners, they'll each get a 1-mile tunnel fully funded by the company. The Boring Company digs underground tunnels to try to alleviate surface traffic. Right now, the only one in operation is in Las Vegas. It's 2 miles long and uses Teslas with human drivers to get people around. But the city recently approved 68 more miles with 104 stations. Talking sports now, European soccer fans filed a complaint about the high prices FIFA is charging for World Cup tickets. FIFA is the sole seller of World Cup tickets, and the complaint accuses FIFA of abusing that monopoly. It calls on the European Union to impose price caps and force greater transparency over ticket sales. FIFA argues Americans are used to paying high prices for premium sports, and the ticket pricing reflects the demand. Tickets for some World Cup games cost thousands of dollars. Sticking with sports and trending this morning, Major League Baseball season is here, and these days your food choices go well beyond hot dogs and peanuts.
Yeah, check out some of these new takes on the classic Frankfurter. The Capitol Slugger at Nationals Park in Washington is a half-smoked sausage with chili, fried jalapenos, and fried onions.
And visitors to Dodger Stadium will be able to get, well, this is something I just can't even begin to pronounce, but Den goes on to say it's bone marrow tacos, basically.
Well, for dessert, Arizona Diamondbacks fans can get a salted caramel milkshake that has Kit Kats and Cracker Jacks on it.
Are you an adventurous eater?
I'm not. When I go to the ballpark, it's 2 hot dogs, some fries, a Coke, maybe some popcorn for like the 7th inning stretch. Yeah.
So would you try any of those?
I would try them, but those aren't going to be my go-to. What about you?
Would not try. I'm not adventurous, but the dessert I would.
That seemed more tame.
Yeah.
The first 2 kind of seemed like a little bit more out there. Kit Kats and salted caramel. That's easy.
I know all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it. If I know it, I'm good with it. All right, your time is 5:57. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock. Oregon leaders are asking for your input on road safety. Find out how a virtual listening session could help shape the state's next 3-year transportation plan. We'll tell you how you can weigh in on highways, local roads, and rural routes across Northeast Oregon. Those details just ahead. Plus, a 4-legged friend is making a big impact at an Idaho high school. This morning, we'll meet Molly, a therapy dog in training, helping students and staff feel at ease. We'll show you how this 2-year-old golden retriever is already leaving a positive mark. Her story at 6. Josh?
Yeah, if you want sunshine, we have pretty much nothing but sunshine in the forecast, at least for today, but some changes on the way once again for next week. I'll talk about said changes coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.